Good motherfucking morning, motherfucking boys. Good motherfucking morning, ladies. How are y'all doing today on this most beautiful of Tuesday mornings? Good chilling, Gucci. Have a good. Shit. Okay. I have a linear algebra exam today. Alright. Very good, thanks for informing. Very good. How did your Vladimir's game go? They did not go at all. But now I get it. Now I kinda get the champ. I got tricked. By this guide who says you're supposed to farm, stay on the sidelines, but you need to kill people with Vladimir in the team fights. He sucks.
Classic.
In a one-on-one situation. I mean, he's not good, but this fucking guy told me to fucking farm the side lanes. But he sucks at that. Either way, we are winning though. Now we get it. Now we get it. We get it. Adrian, mate, welcome back. Rambino, Captain Zergi, and Padal. Thank you, boys. Sarikos, welcome back as well. One Explosion Girl. Machida Dini 11.
Hello, Forsen.
Hello.
Forsen, please come to Yuga and become president. We need you, Forsen. Please come, Forsen. Please, Forsen. Embrace Fumal, reject Sumo. Embrace Fumal, reject Sumo.
Word up. Very well. Let's see here. Any cool, fresh, new, exciting happening in the world today? No, yes, maybe. New Tekken patch, they got a Dragonov, Feng, and Azucena. As it should be. I don't think Azucena was broken, it was simply her while running, honestly. I don't know if they did. June buffed? I very much doubt that. I very much doubt they would buff June. I don't think so. It's a lie, most likely. Or they are giga retard. Either way, alright, we got some links here. We got some links, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen. Surely we have a lot of gentlemen here. Please be gentle. First link of the day.
Yo, there, no Q. Can we hit this guy at all?
Tyler 1 gets backdoored by Trick 2G.
Speed!
Liquid Force.
No, we lost! Please! Where's the team? Please! Wait! Pull up! You stupid sons of bitches! When I was screaming Nassus, I lost my voice!
That is funny. I just now realized that this guy is the fucking cult leader in Game of Thrones. Sorry.
Click the link for Senpirit.
She's gonna faint. I've seen this before.
This dock is off limits to civilians.
I'm terribly sorry, I didn't know. If I see one, I shall inform you immediately. Apparently there's some sort of high-toned and fancy to-do up at the fort, eh? How could it be that two upstanding gentlemen such as yourselves did not merit an invitation?
Someone has to make sure this dock stays off limits to civilians.
It's a fine goal, to be sure. But it seems to me that a ship like that makes this one here a bit superfluous, really.
Oh, the Dauntless is the power in these waters, true enough. But there's no ship that can match the Interceptor for speed.
I've heard of one. It's supposed to be very fast, nigh uncatchable. The Black Pearl.
Well, there's no real ship that can match the Interceptor. Black Pearl is a real ship.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Yes.
You haven't seen it.
Yes, I have.
You've seen a ship with black sails that's crewed by the damned and captained by a man so evil that hell itself spat him back out.
No.
No.
But I have seen a ship with black sails.
Oh. And no ship that's not crewed by the damned and captained by a man so evil that hell itself spat him back out could possibly have black sails, therefore couldn't possibly be any other ship than the Black Pearl. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Like I said, there's no real ship as can match the Interceptor. Hey! You! Get away from there! You don't have permission to be aboard there, mate.
I'm sorry, it's such a pretty boat. Ship.
What's your name?
Smith. Or Smithy, if you like.
What's your purpose in Port Royal, Mr. Smith? Yeah, and no lies.
Why then? I confess. It is my intention to commandeer one of these ships, pick up a crew and Tortuga, raid, pillage, plunder, and otherwise pilfer my Weasley black guts out.
I said no lies.
I think he's telling the truth.
If he were telling the truth, he wouldn't have told us.
Unless, of course, he knew you wouldn't believe the truth, even if he told it to you.
Smart.
May I have a moment? You look lovely, Elizabeth.
Thank you. Kira, good nightly. En español. FPS plans. This shit's so oversaturated now. This VTuber shit. course the Spanish have a fucking flan de vanilla. Very good. This is a song request. No song requests.
Hello, sweeties. Who's home? Your aunt is here. Haha, darlings. Oh my, how big you have grown. Come here.
Auntie, yay!
Hey, sis.
Yay, she's here!
What a strong young man you have come.
What?
Oh, honey, careful you hugging my. Oh, frick. How sweet. They are really happy to see me.
Dios mío. These little diablos, ay, ay, ay. They are so riled up today. So much energy.
What the fuck? You fucking what, mate?
Sorry I muted your stream from a mound of anime. Can't hear you say no further links.
Berserkers are fucking garbage. Anytime that I play with a Berserker, they're always dead. What the fuck? Oh fuck, this is it. Alright, let's go. She's got a lot of fucking health. Okay, alright, let's do it. Why is she invincible? I'm assuming somebody probably did it wrong and we're about to all die. It's a good try. You must call the positions that you get. What do you mean I have to call the positions that I get? Is this one probably? Yeah, okay. It's like a different type of Elganos mechanic. Okay. I'm assuming we have to get into the circle. Okay, now what? Oh shit. Holy fuck.
The nightmare of apocalyptic destruction.
Oh my god. How did they know that? Okay, so I can get knocked off. Infection, what does this do? 3 meteor impacts destroys a square? Yes, okay. Every square except center has 3 HP. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna break this one? Maybe? Damn. We have 2 hours left.
A blessing. The inescapable doom of fate.
Holy fuck! Oh, big dick!
I'm dead! I'm dead!
Have to get these? Okay, so what do I do? Eat 2 yellow orbs. Got it. I think that I will need it for this. Why did I get killed by that? You need to put it at the very corner. Got it. Okay.
Got it! Alright. 2 Kojimba for me.
If you play League of Legends, especially top lane, you might have faced a champ with what many like to call an overloaded kit. What does that mean? Well, according to this guy on Reddit, and he has 500 upvotes, so he's definitely a reliable source, an overloaded kit is one that just has way too many things going on. These are the guys who have spells with essays for descriptions, conditional added effects, and random bullshit that just got added in for seemingly no reason. When facing such a champ, you're likely to be left asking, who the f gave this the green light? With 168 champions in League and counting, there are definitely going to be a few that raise an eyebrow here and there. But I've identified 3 champions that just made me question what the hell were Riot's devs smoking. This is Cassante, a champion with high HP, armor, and magic resistance. He's a tank that focuses on being his team's shield, frontlining, face tanking skill shots, and protecting his teammates. Until he presses R, kidnaps your ADC, dunks on him, and hits him with a too small. K'Sante is a tank that can not only turn into a damage-dealing bruiser, but can also isolate a squishy into a 1v1 situation. He also has a passive that gives him max % health damage, meaning he will always hurt, a close-range spell that slows that, after hitting 3 times in a row, becomes a projectile that sends targets airborne while pulling them back, an uninterruptible dash that also stuns and reduces incoming damage, and another dash that gives a shield, but also has increased range when used on an ally. Also, the ally gets the shield too. Did I mention that his DPS scales off of his armor values? So unlike other tanks who would have to build damage items to deal more damage, he builds armor items, which he's supposed to be building anyway, to deal more damage. He is a tank that took all of the class's weaknesses like low mobility and low solo kill potential and said that he's having none of that. We also have Yone, a scaling fighter that gets stronger with items. His passive makes every second auto attack deal partial magic damage instead of just physical, which means he'll still hurt even if you build full armor against him. He also gets free crit rate from items at the cost of dealing slightly less crit damage. He also turns extra crit rate into additional attack damage, cause why not? Like K'Sante, he has a short-range damaging ability that, after hitting twice, sends out a projectile that knocks up enemies. It also functions as a gap closer, as it makes Yone dash in the direction of the projectile. This is his primary damaging ability, and it gains a shorter cooldown and cast time the higher Yone's attack speed value is, which means he doesn't need to build ability haste to cast it more often. His second skill is a sweeping slash that deals both physical and magic damage, scaling off of the target's max health. That also gives him a shield, which also gets stronger the more enemy champions hit. Its cast time scales with attack speed, because of course it does. Much of Yone's power budget also comes from his third spell. This places a spirit upon casting, makes Yone dash forward because why not, and gives him bonus move speed. After 5 seconds or a free cast early, he returns to his spirit, which is an uninterruptible dash because Riot Games, and deals a portion of the damage he's dealt during the cast as true damage. Also, it cleanses any and all CC effects. Remember, Yone is supposed to be a scaling champion that gets stronger with levels and items, but his basic abilities are all strong trading tools, allowing him to poke, win trades with his shield, deal damage, then get out for free. The cherry on top, none of his spells cost mana, so he can just spam everything without worrying about managing an extra resource. And finally, let me introduce you to the last overloaded kit offender. Meet Akshan. He's a ranged assassin who's all about getting in, dealing quick damage, then getting out. Akshan's attacks always shoot twice, with a second shot dealing less damage. At any point, he can cancel the second shot to gain a burst of movement speed. Also, upon damaging an opponent 3 times with either his attacks or any of his spells, they're dealt bonus damage and he gets a shield. And that's just his passive. He also throws a boomerang that deals damage both ways, extending its range for each enemy hit, and upon hitting a champion, he's also granted a movement speed buff. He also has a grappling hook that lets him swing around terrain, shooting a barrage of attacks at the nearest enemy while swinging. It also gets a cooldown reset upon takedown. For Akshan's ultimate, he charges a barrage of bullets that deal more damage the lower the enemy's HP is, but that doesn't matter because it'll almost always be blocked by minions or structures. But
alright, seems pretty strong. Never seen him in a game.
Tito Ortiz is with the winner, the world's heavyweight champion, Fedor Emelianenko.
All right, guys.
Missed the important part. He's past him.
I'm going to have an interpreter here for Fedor Emelianenko. Everybody had question of what type of heavyweight you were. You showed it once on Tim Sylvia in 38 seconds. You've done it again against Andre Olatsky in 3 minutes and 34 seconds.
That's a passive?
Let me tell you how you're feeling right now.
Oh, by killing the enemy who killed them. Oh my god.
Now, is it true you're coming back in the fall, though? That the fight will be in the fall?
Yes, it'll be in April. It'll be in April. I start camp probably around in the beginning of July. So, you know, I'll have another long camp as always. But
April?
Yeah, I mean, I train 6 days, actually 6 days a week. 5 days a week. I'll train 3 days a week. One of those days, I will train 2 days of the week. So, 6 days a week I'll be training.
6 days a week.
Chuck feels like he stole your thunder, and this is sour grapes from you. Like, it's personal because, in a way, you're jealous of him. How does hearing that out of his mouth fall on your ears.
Jealous of him? This guy can't even put a fucking sentence together, man. Are you kidding me right now? He's reaching for those grapes. He's trying to make his wine, and the wine's already sounding like a violin with that cheese and wine.
What?
We'll see on November 24th.
As you guys get older, is it harder to get your bodies into the shape that's required to go at each other?
Not with me. I mean, I've only been off for a year and a half. I'm only 43 years old. I'm an old mature. I mean, I matured old. I mean, very fast, but at the same time, my body hasn't matured great, just because of my father's really old. My father's 80 years old. My grandmother's 100 years old. So my body is in great shape. Well, here we are with the
What
Babalu.
the
You did an
fuck?
awesome job. So what? You're a black belt in jiu-jitsu, getting an awesome submission there. I want to tell me what you see. Let's go ahead and see by the fight what you saw in the ring. You fans tune in. I never let you down until now. I won't start. Tito Ortiz, Fight Hub TV. Check it out. We know the weakness that you had, but you actually showed the heart and determination of a champion, of how tough of a light heavyweight you really are here in the Affliction card. What do you think about the future of you, future opponents?
Are you getting better for your back? And come here and fight me.
Hello, Mr.
Yes,
Force. Is it Vladimir only today?
I know all the fans would love to see me and you get it on. You're an
No.
awesome fighter. Congratulations tonight. Everybody, let's give a hand to Ronaldo Babalu, one of the greatest light heavyweights of the night.
A sustainable model? Are the other people on the other card getting a cut of pay-per-views and gate, or is it just yourself and Chuck?
Well, it is just me, myself, and Chuck. So, as I always growing up, is don't ever do juice, as in steroids, right? Chael Sonnen gets popped for a juice cocktail. So people want to say, so how, and the question was, so how do I think this fight's going to turn out? I said, well, let me go ahead and find Chael for you. So the best acronym I can think of that is a juice box. Juice box being Chael Sonnen. And it was no more than that, because he is a juicy juice boy. He likes to do his dabble in his little steroid stuff, and hopefully they do test us, which I know they will test us. They test us on all of our fights. But that just shows a sign of weakness. And a sign of weakness is him being full of juice. He's a juice box, he's a juice boy, and that's why that juicy juice box came into the camera frame.
Okay.
Knows that Vlad's early game is where he's the weakest. This is where everyone falls behind, gets abused, and cannot even start playing the game. A hypercarry has to have a bad early game in order for him to be balanced.
That's what I'm
Yet,
telling
Elite
you.
500 doesn't actually think Vlad has a bad early game. He just thinks that everyone else shouldn't expect him to have a good one.
The thing is, he's not even that weak early game. It's more so that you just need to have really high economy. That means that you really can't like move to these like early jungle fights. You really can't be your jungler's slave, because if you lose your economy, that means you're going to be a lot weaker later into the game. It's not that you're weak early. It's just that if you really can't afford to lose any resources early, because you can like beat the shit out of people in lane. You can easily solo kill people. You can't really like help anyone. You just need to have the farm. You need to like not give up anything. Absolutely never move to your jungle. I have coached so many people on Vladimir, and the number one thing is that they just don't play selfish enough. I genuinely believe that he is the most selfish champion in the game. Just have to play it as if it's single player. Your reward later into the game, because no other champion can carry as hard as him. I would only really leave lane after I have a sizable advantage of myself, and I 100% know that I can get something that is like bigger than the wave in the mid lane. 95 out of 100 games, just never roam. Like, this is the champion you want to play if you just love laning.
When you play Vlad in lane, you can do something that most other champions can't do. You can take bad trades on purpose. Since Vlad has no resource costs to his abilities, and sustain built right into his Q, even if you take bad trades one after another, you'll still eventually end up ahead because you're just healing off of the wave. Even if you lose a trade by 100 HP, as long as you're not actually low enough to be in that champion's combo kill range, you're still gonna be okay. What really matters at the end of the day on this champion isn't actually getting kills, it's just getting a gold lead no matter how small it actually is.
It's always about attrition. It's never really about solo killing. Like, if the enemy dies to you, that's basically because they thought they could kill you, and that's like their mistake. Like, if they think that they can do some crazy play on you, that's the only way that you really can kill people on that. Because it's not like you can just like chip them out and pressure them because you're really low range. The most important thing about Vlad is that you just don't mess up any last hits. Like, that's literally it in a nutshell. You need to just miss as few last hits as possible, and as soon as you press your tab key and you're like 25 CS out of 25 and you see the enemies like at 19 out of 25, that's when you know you've won the game already pretty much. Oh, fuck, he just spaced into me for some reason. He didn't have to eat that. I missed 3 CS, but for not playing League in a few days, and it being the first game of the day, you know, it's good. I'm not going to recall here. Just going to pretend I do. He's getting so low HP, let alone that he's got no mana. All I got to do right now is just perma push in the wave, and he's really, really fucked. I got to perma push, look at map so the support doesn't roam on me, and try to predict where Warwick is. And then Karthus is just unplayably fucked. I don't know. I didn't do anything this laning phase, and he just fucked himself. It's so insane. He's probably going to exhaust me here. Yeah, that's funny. I don't think he has to at all. But yeah, Warwick's top. I mean, now he has to recall. This guy's got no exhaust. I think I will all-in him on a turret.
Alright, get CS, got it. Got it. Never help team.
Okay, I'm gonna push a little bit.
Already
deeper.
on it.
This is severe. Why do they hurt so much? Go just a little bit to the left.
Ah, but my asshole.
As gentle as I can, okay? And then push like that, okay?
Oh,
relax. Like I'm barely pushing right now. And cup your breasts. Good. And then we're gonna slide to the bottom.
Why was it fingering your asshole though?
Unlock your full potential at Crack Addicts.
Back pain, neck pain.
I have back pain, neck pain, and sometimes I have headache because of bad weather.
Have you ever been to a chiropractor?
Yes.
Here or in Russia?
In Russia.
Okay, how was it?
It was good. Yeah, it helps.
We'll start off, I'm going to do an examination on your spine, and then I'll adjust you. Before I adjust you, I'll tell you what I'm doing, and so there won't be any surprises.
Ling from Mr. Force. No more Ling.
Feet first, heel strike mid stance and toe off. That right foot definitely inverts a little bit. There's a high left shoulder and it looks like a high left ear too. Okay, hip swing and arm swing looks symmetrical. I don't see any restriction in the arm. That looks bilateral, symmetrical. So this knee is just turned inward just a little bit. Go ahead and let your feet relax. The right arch is there, the left arch is decreased compared to the right. I'm going to do a very gentle scan on your spine. Okay, so I'm going to touch your back now. Okay, I'm going to push a little bit deeper into the spine. Tender? Pain?
No, little.
Tell me, is it more tender here, or same?
Here.
This one, right? Okay, let's go down to the lower. Here, here. Nope. That one. Very much. Okay, I'm going to look at the very top of your tailbone, okay? So we're going to lower this down just a little bit. This is called the gluteal cleft right here.
All right. A gluteo clap somewhere else, man.
Supervillain landing. Optimus, I gave you Cybertron, our home, and you still won't say the N-word. Remember told me that Black Lives Matter? Optimus, you are too woke. Stop it. I'll stop when all of you racists are done. Then perish with the rest of the pro-black. Get back here, why, Optimus, why? Why would you just say the N-word? You'll be cool, like me. You'll be a pro gamer. Well, if you won't say the N-word, then I guess I'll have to kill you. Ready or die?
3.7 million views. Superhuman. 8th level, your game's blooding, Snake Eater, OTP, Matt, Kyomo's 1 year. Life goes on, very forced. Thank you.
You'll die like the rest of the NPCs.
Alright, that's fucking annoying. I broke acting for 2 years, man. Should badge. And that's why I don't have a license, chat. No license, no accident, yes.
No mites täällä edellä?
Meni panemaan vähän päälle, viskamassa halatsi pois sitä. Lammas kävi tappamassa. Niin.
Lammasta oli tappamassa?
Häh?
Lammasta teurasti?
Aha.
No, päivä. Päivä.
Mulla vähän närkkäsi.
Terve. Päivä. Minä tässä kuvaan samalla. Päivä.
Todella.
Hikka Alma Mikhailovna. Pikka Pavel Augustovich.
Kuinka monta vuotta olet elänyt tässä kylässä?
Oi, me tulimme jo Taarusta 31. vuodella. Fiinistä, sieltä Fiinistä, niin. Taarun takantia 60 kilometriä.
That's pretty good.
Ja tulimme niin silloin kun...
A morning scruff, yeah.
No mennäänhän panee päälle vähän.
Ei tarvi.
Amista.
Ihan hyvä se, ei tarvi. Ihan hyvä. Niin. Mikä on? Sano vaan.
Mitä?
Myts, piaks, suvimyts tuo.
Ota paljan päin. Kampa vähän päin.
Ei, kun hyvä se on. No niin. Niin, tulitte sieltä Taarun takantaa.
Aha. No siellä kylässä oli enemmän virolaisia kuin suomalaisia, missä hän eli. Missä minä olin, niin siellä oli kaikki suomalaiset.
Missä kylässä hän on elänyt?
Hän on Laron kylässä.
No miten tämä Helsingin kylä, onko siitä, muistatteko siitä?
Muistan.
Miten se hävisi se Helsingin kylä?
Kaikki on hävinnyt, ei ole ketäkään. Kohta kaikki menivät, kun kolhoosi ajettiin, niin kaikki menivät levielle, yksi sinne, toinen tänne. Ja...
Miten siihen kolhoosiin ajettiin? Pakotettiinko siihen?
No jaa, pakotettiin. No, kosutarsta vai kuka siellä? Aina ylemmät pakotsivat. No, näin Suomen juttelen. No meille näin jutella niin puhas Suomea kuin meillä siellä juteltiin niin kuin gorlakkaa vai kuhan sanottiin. No suomalaiset kumminkin olemme.
Finnish people
Hunkurin matsin tyttö oli meidän näitä.
They're cooks. We don't speak Finnish.
Siperialaiskylissä elävät suomalaiset nimittävät itseään korlakoiksi ja kieltään korlakan kieleksi. Jotkut käyttävät tätä nimitystä yhä. Korlakkasanan alkuperää ei tunneta. Kosti Merchov on puhdas korlakka, Siperian suomalainen. Neuvostopassissa seisoo kansallisuuden kohdalla kuitenkin virolainen.
Kosti, miten useasti saunaa lämmität?
Joka viikko.
Time for sauna.
Minä päivän?
Lauantain.
It's already 9 in the morning.
This video is brought to you by Brilliant. For understandable reasons, Sweden's accession to NATO has been dominating the European headlines recently. But in a way, this has obscured the fact that Sweden isn't in great shape at the moment, especially when it comes to the economy. IMF data from 2023 suggests that, apart from Estonia, Sweden was the worst performing economy in Europe last year, with GDP contracting by 0.7%. And late last month, Sweden's Statistical Authority announced that Sweden's GDP unexpectedly shrank in the last quarter of 2023, its third consecutive quarterly contraction. This all comes off the back of a slow-burning crisis in Sweden's housing market, which has helped push Swedish bankruptcies to the highest level in 3 decades. Sweden's lagging economy presents a real dilemma for its government, who are coming under increasing pressure to invest in its ailing welfare state, once the envy of the Western world, and a model for social democrats everywhere. While it's important not to overstate the severity of the crisis here, Sweden is still one of the wealthiest countries in the world after all. Sweden's welfare state clearly isn't what it once was, though. Its education system is in tatters, unemployment is on the rise, and a wave of gang violence is engulfing the country. So in this video, we'll take a look at how Sweden's celebrated welfare state has changed over time, the headwinds currently facing the Swedish economy, and what might happen next.
What will happen next?
Before we start, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell to stay in the loop, and because Sweden seemed to have it all. After staying neutral throughout World War II, in the second part of the 20th century, Sweden's economy developed into a large knowledge-intensive and export-oriented manufacturing economy. With a generous welfare state, a world-renowned education system, low crime rates, and impressive levels of gender equality. However, like many other developed countries at the time, in the 1990s, Sweden moved towards a more market-oriented economy, as national finances came under strain and the Social Democrats' electoral dominance waned. Much of the Swedish welfare state, education system, and critical infrastructure was cut or privatised, with government spending falling from 70% of GDP down to less than 50%. In theory, these measures were supposed to improve efficiency and reduce government debt, which was then running at about 70% of GDP. To be fair to the Swedish government, it sort of worked, and Sweden's debt-to-GDP ratio is now down to about 40%, one of the lowest in Europe. Nonetheless, weaker public services do seem to have contributed to Sweden's economic and social issues. Let's start with Sweden's economy. As we mentioned in the intro, the Swedish economy is technically in recession at the moment, having contracted for 3 successive quarters. And even the Swedish government admits that the economic recovery won't begin until 2025. The proximate cause of Sweden's economic downturn is inflation, and its supposed remedy, interest rate hikes. In a bid to get inflation under control, which still remains above the central bank's target, Sweden's central bank carried out an 18-month campaign of rising interest rates. Back in 2020, the Riksbank policy rate held steady at 0%, but has since climbed to 4%. The theory goes that these higher interest rates increase the incentive to save, and make it more expensive, i.e. less attractive, to borrow. But this has really impacted Swedish households via the housing market. This is essentially because, unlike in countries like the UK, most Swedes have so-called floating mortgages rather than fixed-rate mortgages, which means...
I know what it means. Wage quit. That shit only applies to poor people, man. Come on. I get paid in dollars. Remember that. The worse my country is doing, the better I'm doing. Wow, very interesting Chinese social media must be.
When a star collapses beyond a white dwarf, electrons and protons fuse together to form neutrinos and neutrons. These neutrons are also fermions, but with nearly 2,000 times the mass of an electron, their degeneracy pressure is even stronger. So this is what holds up neutron stars.
There was this conviction among scientists that even if we didn't know the mechanism, something would prevent a star from collapsing into a single point and forming a black hole. Because black holes were just too preposterous to be real.
The big blow to this belief came in the late 1930s, when J. Robert Oppenheimer and George Volkoff found that neutron stars also have a maximum mass. Shortly after, Oppenheimer and Hartland Snyder showed that for the heaviest stars, there is nothing left to save them when their fuel runs out. They wrote, "This contraction will continue indefinitely." But Einstein still couldn't believe it. Oppenheimer was saying that stars can collapse indefinitely, but when Einstein looked at the math, he found that time freezes on the horizon, so it seemed like nothing could ever enter, which suggested that either there's something we don't understand, or that black holes can't exist. But Oppenheimer offered a solution to the problem. He said, to an outside observer, you could never see anything go in, but if you were traveling across the event horizon, you wouldn't notice anything unusual, and you'd go right past it without even knowing it. So how is this possible? We need a space-time diagram of a black hole. On the left is the singularity at r equals 0. The dotted line at r equals 2m is the event horizon. Since the black hole doesn't move, these lines go straight up in time. Now let's see how ingoing and outgoing light rays travel in this curved geometry. When you're really far away, the future light cones are at the usual 45 degrees. But as you get closer to the horizon, the light cones get narrower and narrower, until right at the event horizon, they're so narrow that they point straight up. And inside the horizon, the light cones tip to the left. But something strange happens with ingoing light rays.
They fall in, but they don't get to r equals 2m. They actually asymptote to that value as time goes to infinity. But they don't end at infinity, right? Mathematically, they are connected and come back in, and they're traveling in this direction. And this bothered a lot of people. It's bothered people like Einstein, because he looked at these equations and went, well, if nothing can cross this sort of boundary, then how could there be black holes? How could black holes even form?
So what is going on here? Well, what's important to recognize is that this diagram is a projection. It's basically a 2D map of four-dimensional curved space-time. It's just like projecting the 3D Earth onto a 2D map. When you do that, you always get distortions. There is no perfectly accurate way to map the Earth onto a 2D surface, but different maps can be useful for different purposes. For example, if you want to keep angles and shapes the same, like if you're sailing across the ocean and you need to find your bearings, you can use the Mercator projection. That's the one Google Maps uses. A downside is that it misrepresents sizes. Africa and Greenland look about the same size, but Africa is actually around 14 times larger. The Gall-Peters projection keeps relative sizes accurate, but as a result, angles and shapes are distorted. In a similar way, we can make different projections of 4D space.
Hey, hope you learned a lesson, chat. Pop quiz at the end.
You took it!
Shiver me timbers. Yarr. Fast ye scallywags. Bring him from the yard,
Holy fuck! I need help. Right now. Holy shit!
Walk the plank.
Holy shit!
Oh, you thought wrong, baby! Not today. Okay, buddy. Oh, that's a fucking penta. It's a penta, dude! Okay, buddy! Okay. It's like, okay.
I don't understand. When is he melee and when is he ranged?
Oh, I got him with that one.
He's cute and ranged.
I got him with that one.
Oh, okay. Otherwise he's always melee.
Bring him from the yard,
Oh my god, that was good. That was really good. Okay. Okay, buddy. Okay. Okay. Oh, you gotta get him, buddy.
Forsen, check out this video.
No further links! What the fuck? Okay.
Whoa.
Very impressive. Gang plank.
Coming out of the tower. Must be looking for the one you shot. Woo! Down he goes. Can you get your sights back on me? Come on, man.
You're in my crosshairs again. There's no one left to kill, so get over to that gas tank and plant the bomb.
I'm on it, but there's a guy coming out of that building, I think. I can hear him.
Where?
There's another guy coming out of the building. Good kill, Trevor.
Can't see shit.
What the fuck?
I'm fitting it.
What the fuck is this?
And watch out for the tank. It'll go up if you hit it. Someone's coming. He's gonna get me before I finish. Shit, he's on to me. He knows I'm here.
Where the...
Just use the minimap to shoot.
No!
Like a guardian.
Please spare me. Don't shoot.
Ronald Weasley. It's Leviosa.
Not a reset. Come.
The ATV
It's
can only
only
take
annoying
you
with
so
this
far.
fucking
Park
scope,
it and
dude.
don't let him spot you.
Oh my. Okay, dude. Oh. Okay, this is actually unplayable.
Over by the road.
I don't know. Where?
Hold up! There's a guard standing under the control tower.
Alright. Very good. Lashing for 106 months, Roman dead, the McChicken, and nuts.
That kid's already
It's
spent all
nuts.
the money, man.
Newport, welcome back. Crystal.
Hardly, dude.
Kid Oida.
He
Charlie.
still has $960,000, $970,000 left, depending on the options. Wait in the car, Donnie.
Yes?
Pilar? My name is Walter Sobchak. This is my associate, Jeffrey Lebowski. We came to talk about little Larry. May we come in?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. That's him, dude. And a good day to you, sir.
Sit down, please. Larry, sweetie, the man is here.
Is he still right?
Oh, no, no. He has health problems.
Uh-huh. Sir, I just want to say that we're both, on a personal level, really enormous fans. Brandon, especially the early episodes, was truly a source of inspiration.
Sweetie, sit down. This man is the police.
Oh, no, ma'am. We didn't want to give the impression that we were police exactly. We're hoping it won't be necessary to call the police. But that's up to little Larry here. Isn't it, Larry? Is this your homework, Larry? Is this your homework, Larry?
Look, man.
Dude, please. Is this your homework, Larry?
Just ask him about the car, man.
Is this yours, Larry? Is this your homework, Larry?
Is that your car out front?
Is this your homework, Larry?
We know it's his fucking homework. Where's the fucking money, you little brat?
Look, Larry, have you ever heard of Vietnam?
Oh, for
You're
Christ's
entering a
sake,
world
Walter.
of pain, son. We know that this is your homework. We know that you stole a car.
And the fucking money.
And the fucking money. And we know that this is your homework.
We're gonna cut your dick off, Larry.
You're killing your father, Larry. All right. This is pointless. Okay? It's time for plan B. You might want to watch out that front window, Larry. Son, this is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass! Language problem here. Little prick stonewalling me.
Walter! What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Here you go, Larry. You see what happens? You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens? This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass, Larry. This is what happens, Larry. You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass? This is what happens. You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens, Larry? Do you see what happens, Larry, when you fuck a stranger in the ass? This is what happens, Larry. This is what happens, Larry. This is what happens, Larry. This is what happens when you fuck a stranger.
What the fuck are you doing, man? Stop it!
Hey, man.
I just bought that fucking car last week.
Whoa.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. I just bought the fucking car last week.
Come on, man.
I'll kill your fucking car, man.
No, hey, that's not his head!
God damn it! Fuck you!
Man. No.
You like that? Fuck you!
No!
I'll kill you fucking car, man! I'll kill you!
Classic. One minute fly. Is that a real? flighted more than you ever will. In under a minute. Get famous. Ja, man. Forsen Gnosis. Well, does the cat only deal 1 damage? Doesn't scale well. Okay. Got some quality links today, huh?
Welcome to the Kennen Champion Spotlight presented by Riot Games. In this video, I'll be showing the build I use for our pint-sized ninja.
For 3 years, Robert Chino. If you can read this, it's too late. I'm inside your home.
Relies heavily on electrical
Through
surge
the badge, silver
and a little bit of
caddy,
extra
dude,
durability
no,
for lightning
man,
rash.
and
With this
disappointment
build,
Reezy,
Kennen has a
and
lot of
aids for
easy
lunch,
damage output,
Forsen
as well as really quick minion farming.
Enjoy the badges.
For runes, I use a fairly standard caster setup, with magic penetration marks and cooldown glyphs. I also have a bit of defensive focus with dodge seals and health quintessences. On that vein, I also set up my masteries as a 9-21-0 build. I reached the magic penetration mastery in offense and hit all the major defensive masteries in defense, making sure to hit those 3 points in ardor for the attack speed and ability
talent
power.
Tree. Wow, is this how it looked like?
The action on tree line starts fairly early. We run into Shaco's Jack-in-the-Box trap, but their Udyr gets a little bit too cocky. Exhaust and Focus Fire drops him quickly, forcing our opponents to give up control of the lizard. I smite it as close to 560 health as I can, and we head to gank Sivir. Because we're level 2, due to the lizard and Udyr, we're too much for Sivir to handle. Upon hitting level 3, I have my full combo available: Lightning Rush, Thundering Shuriken, Electrical Surge. While I don't tag her with the Lightning Rush, I proc Elemental Surges on hit just as she starts running out of range. Then Ignite and the Lizard buff finish her off. In general, if you can prepare Electrical Surge's proc and land a Thundering Shuriken, you're almost guaranteed a stun.
2010,
we camp below the tower where Sivir is hiding when Udyr foolishly comes to support her and dies quickly to my full spell combo. You have to be sure you cast Electrical Surge early in the fight, because otherwise your target won't have any marks of storm left on them for the spell. We collect ourselves and get ready to dive on Sivir. Unfortunately, I whiff the Thundering Shuriken, but I cast Ignite and wait out her exhaust before I attack. Always be sure that the effect has completely ended before even starting your attack animation, or your attack will miss. Here's a battle that shows you the true power of Electrical Surge. Shaco goes for me, so I Lightning Rush out, then start poking with Thundering Shuriken. Sivir starts getting hit and I kill her with Surge. I Ignite and keep hitting Udyr, and Surge again when it cools. The whole time I'm trying to play pretty safely and stay for...
how far they have come though. People play that. Otherwise you can afford what it is now.
Vai partir Baresi. É sua, Tafarel. Partiu Baresi, pé direito, bateu! Pra fora e muito! Pra fora e muito! E muito longe do gol de Tafarel. Jogou na... O Brasil inteiro vai no seu pé direito. Vai autorizar o juiz. Todos de mãos dadas. Os jogadores no banco abraçados. O Brasil inteiro e você, Márcio Santos. Partiu, bateu, pegou Palhuca. Pegou Palhuca. Márcio Santos desperdiça. Agora é a vez do torcedor italiano se erguer. O Brasil, Tafarel, é sua, Tafarel, essa é sua, Tafarel. Albertini ajeita. Ele beijou a bola, não tomou distância. Partiu Tafarel, é gol da Itália. Quis adivinhar o canto, adivinhou o canto, é difícil. Defendo sempre a tese que o goleiro tem que ficar para esperar para pegar o pênalti mal batido. Time fez para a Itália. O Romário vai para a cobrança. Ele e Palhuca. Momento de angústia. Partiu Romário, pé direito, bateu, vai gol! Gol do Brasil, Romário! Quem sabe, sabe, quem conhece, conhece. Pede no cantinho. Laquete. Não toma muita distância. Autoriza o juiz. Sai que é sua, Tafarel. Bateu no meio do gol. Pra que se mexer? É aquilo que eu digo. Quer adivinhar o canto? A bola foi batida no meio do gol. Olha só. Uma vez a força da fé da seleção brasileira. Branco e Palhuca. A Itália fez 2. Lá vai Branco. Vai partir a bomba na perna esquerda. Partiu Branco, bateu, é gol!
Gol!
É gol do Brasil, é gol de Branco. Quem sabe, sabe, conhece.
Very uninteresting, soccer fans.
It's the more sensible thing to do, right?
People realize that if you choose a different coordinate system by doing a coordinate substitution, then the singularity at the event horizon disappears.
It goes away, that problem goes away, and things can actually cross into the black hole.
What this tells us is that there is no real physical singularity at the event horizon. It just resulted from a poor choice of coordinate system. Another way to visualize what's going on is by describing space as flowing in towards the black hole, like a waterfall. As you get closer, space starts flowing in faster and faster. Photons emitted by the spaceship have to swim against this flow, and this becomes harder and harder the closer you get. Photons emitted just outside the horizon can barely make it out, but it takes longer and longer. At the horizon, space falls in as fast as the photons are swimming. So if the horizon had a finite width, then photons would get stuck here. Photons from everything that ever fell in. But the horizon is infinitely thin, so in reality, photons either eventually escape or fall in. Inside the horizon, space falls faster than the speed of light, and so everything falls into the singularity. So Oppenheimer was right. Someone outside a black hole can never see anything enter, because the last photons they can see will always be from just outside the horizon. But if you yourself go, you will fall right across the event horizon and into the singularity.
Now, you can extend the waterfall model to cover all 3 spatial dimensions, and that gives you this. A real simulation of space flowing into a static black hole, made by my friend Alessandro from Science Click. Later, we'll use this model to see what it's like falling into a rotating black hole. Now,
AKA your mother's bum. Alright, we're done with the links. Alright, that was too many links, man. Respect the bros. Fucking Christ. Motherfuckers. Alright. It's time for some Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin. I finally understand the meaning of Vladimir Putin. I'm not sure what runes to go with this guy though at top. No one plays Vladimir top. It's all like mid guides you find. But yeah, maybe baby. Is there a setting for not being able to move on top of the minimap? You know what I mean? Because I would really like for the minimap to be on the left side, but then on the way back I click it and then he fucking thingamajiggy. Disable map movement. Yeah, where? Where is that in the settings? Disable map movement. Where in options? Under interface options. Disable map movements. Allow minimap movement. I see it. Do you know what it feels like? I go here. Did you buy RP for Vlad? I bought Vlad. Yes. Vladimir Putin. He fucking sucks. Hey, fucking things suck. Hey, Turtle Rush, more P frequency, Moby 69, Ash, Suka fucking Weebs, Salty Dan, I Pilot, thanks for the subs. Resub. Vlad. Vlad is Bud. You can disenchant champion shards for BE. I already had the hero, man. Fucking cunt. Alright, I have a question about these runes. Question time. If I get these boots, they have 10 additional movement speed. Will they keep that 10 additional movement speed when I make it into a full boots item? Yes, okay. Then it's good. Then it is good. Yeah, why does the guy say, like, you should just stay on your lane and farm when he's playing mid? How can you stay on the lane and farm when you get so fucking ganked when you're playing mid lane? Not really when you ward around the lane. Also, Is Vlad's ultimate really weak? I don't understand. It deals like no damage. Damage amp. Delay damage. Oh, your abilities do more damage if you ult. Aha. Alright. We're gonna fucking tear assholes now. Tear those assholes. Who am I playing versus? This guy? Yeah, I played versus him. Oh, is he the Death Knight who can summon ghouls? Good or bad matchup for me? Bad. Bad matchup. Surely.